Hi, Kimberly Lewis, and I'm your motivational muse. Today's podcast is entitled Uncharitable. Uncharitable is the name of a book and a recent documentary by Dan Pallotta, and he talks about how society views and treats not-for-profits. Basically, it's uncharitable. So let's get into it. I recently viewed the documentary, and he challenges the traditional views of nonprofits and advocates for a shift in the mindset towards maximizing input and maximizing impact. This film is a call to action to shift from scrutinizing administrative costs to making a long-term investment to making sustainable changes that actually work. The film speaks to donors of all sizes, boards of directors, philanthropists, and other stakeholders to drive social change by freeing nonprofits of the confines of underspending on marketing and advertising and playing it safe and underpaying staff, all in an effort to keep overhead low. You see, keeping overhead low means that the nonprofit organization relies solely or mostly on free, non-prime time ads to influence the market or publicize their event, which is counterproductive to raising money and awareness. Keeping overhead low means that the nonprofit won't try new ideas that could be costly or just might not work for the fear that they'll be seen and scrutinized as being wasteful. Keeping overhead low also means that the nonprofits are not paying executives what they're worth, because working at a nonprofit must mean that they have to be frugal, to the point of paying staff half of what they should be paying them. Simply put, nonprofits are under-resourced. They're under an immense amount of pressure to solve society's issues while filling the gaps between business and government. Following the viewing of the film, I sat on a panel discussion. I agreed with Mr. Pallotta's assertions that nonprofits are judged and put under a microscope of scrutiny, which is supposed to put the donor at ease about trusting them to do whatever it is that they've been asked to do. Like end homelessness, find a cure for cancer, support wounded veterans, or provide skills training and jobs for people with barriers to employment. The issue that the film and the 2008 book by Pallotta, under the same name, really talks about is how constraints undermine the potential of nonprofits. Until the scales of cheap scrutiny fall away, nonprofits cannot advertise their events or products on prime time or hire the best staff and pay them accordingly. The public does not want to see those who help others living well. We simply want to be grateful for the opportunity to serve while we starve. My view is that one is not exclusive of the other. You can do well and live well and gratefully serve others. In fact, I follow the notion that you cannot do good until you do well. Before you reach your hand in your pocket to help someone else, you must have it to give. The truth is that nonprofits are full of brilliant, talented, and hard-working individuals who truly have a heart for service. Their heart nor their work should be threatened because they want to take a chance on a new idea. For-profits are applauded for being innovative, but yet we tell nonprofits that they should not follow suit, but they should be hamstrung with restrictions on how the dollars are spent. Now, I'm not saying that nonprofits should not be held accountable. Hold us accountable, but hold us accountable in the same way that you hold for-profit companies accountable. Provide the money, the trust, and the time for us to make sustainable change on the issues that matter the most. We're here for the community. We're solving issues. Help us to do that better by trusting us and allowing us to put the best people in the best positions without them having to compromise their salaries or their way of life.